Hello, hello, and welcome. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga. Thanks for joining me today. I have had a request specifically for working on the backs of the legs, the glutes, the hamstrings, and the calves. So really stretching those guys are typical parts of the body that really need some extra love. Particularly for those of you guys, I don't know, through this whole quarantine thing, that a lot of folks have actually embraced exercise a little differently, a little more intensely. So if you are one of those, you definitely are going to want to do this. If you're not one of those and you've just been doing a lot more sitting or standing, you're going to need this as well. So it's really a versatile stretching yoga flow that will just really help lengthen the hamstrings, let go of some tension in that lower back. So if you've got tight hamstrings, that will oftentimes kind of just end up in the back, causing some tension and some tightness there too. So we are going to start just gentle, okay? So always listening to your body, working to the point of kind of a 7 or an 8 on the intensity range. You can always stay lower than that. Some days we just need some gentle love, you guys, rather than intense stretching. But our stretching, we don't ever want to go kind of above an 8 or a 9. That's when the breath doesn't even work anymore. So you're holding your breath, you're panting, you're breathing shallowly, you're clenching your jaw, you're squeezing your eyes shut, you're just not even getting the stretch. So keeping that intensity scale 8 or below. You be the judge of what feels good for you. Take a drink of water whenever you need to. Stop whenever you need to. If something doesn't feel great, know that you can move on. You can stop. You can take that break. Okay? If ever there's any pain above a 1 or a 2, guys, back off. Okay? Take care of yourselves. Be safe. All right, so we're going to start at the top of our mats. And we're going to roll those shoulders up and back, and then just gently let the shoulders slide down and away. Let your arms be heavy. Rotate your palms towards the front. Now spread your fingers wide. So as we lengthen through those arms, notice what happens. We engage through the lats, through the spine, through the belly. Close your eyes. Let's shift a little weight forward into our toes. Just a little bit. Heels remain on the mat. So just that tip forward. With those eyes closed, guys, we're challenging things. All of those core muscles, the stabilizing muscles in the ankles, the calves, the knees, the hips, but we also lengthen those calves just a little bit. Now shift your weight back to the heels and lift your toes. Now we're activating all through the base of the foot, that fascia, that plantar fascia. Activate it. We're strengthening the tops of our feet. We're waking up those toes. Shift your weight back, open your eyes, and slowly begin to lift up to the balls of the feet. Coming up just as high as feels right to you. Now we've really activated. We're squeezing those calves, and then we're going to slowly release them down. So that intensifying and intentionally activating those calf muscles. Now rock back a little bit into the heels and lift your toes. We're lengthening through the base of the foot. We're lengthening the calves. We're strong through the belly. Center your weight and breathe. Inhale, reach to the sky. Pull the hands through to heart center. Bend your knees and place your hands on the thighs just above your knees. Core is strong. Shoulders are rolled back. Draw that belly button in and up. We're going to rock back to our heels so that we can lift those toes. Maybe you can partially lift the balls of your feet. So notice how that body changes, how the body adapts, how the muscles kick in. Now shift your weight forward, toes down, and we're going to lean in just a little bit more. So as we bend those knees a little deeper with those heels down, oh, beautiful stretch through those calves. We're firing up those quadriceps. Breathe. By firing up the quadriceps, those hamstrings have to relax. Now straighten just a bit. Rock back to your heels, lift those toes. Reactivating that plantar fascia on the base of the foot. All those muscles at the bottom of the feet, the tops of the feet, the ankles. Breathe. Now noticing how you shift your weight back. Now you feel how those hamstrings engage, the glutes engage. Now we're going to lean forward, toes down, balls of the feet down, bend the knees. So you can bend those knees as much as you need to, but keep the heels down and feel that stretch. Breathe. Now typically, I always tell you guys to keep your knees behind your toes. Not in this case. Okay, we're stretching. So if you feel that you need to have something to hold on to, a wall, a chair, please do. And we're going to rise. Oh, do you feel how that kicked in those quadriceps? Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive. Now we've just really gotten those legs nice and warm pretty quickly. So we can support with the hands on the thighs if we need that support for the lower back, and then gently release those hands down. Just take care of yourself. A soft bend in those knees. A length in the backs of the legs. Release in that lower back. Bring the hands to the elbows, we hold on, and then just gently sway. Side to side. Slow, deep breaths. So nice. We come back to center. Relax the arms and slowly roll it up. At the top, big shoulder roll. Up and back. Shoulders slide down and away. Now we're just going to take a step back on our mats, kind of halfway, 2/3, whatever works for you. And we're going to take a big step forward with our right foot. Now that left heel has lifted as we stepped forward. We're going to place our weight in that right leg. Hands can be on the hips, or you can extend those arms out to a T. We're going to slowly bend both knees. Okay, so as we bend the knees, we're going to come maybe halfway down. You can be a little bit higher. Don't need to go any lower than halfway. And now we're going to press that back heel towards the mat. So we're activating. We're strong. We're tall. And we're getting that stretch through the calf. Pressing that heel back. So our weight is evenly distributed in those feet. Kind of a weird posture, but can you feel that stretch in that calf? Now slowly rise. Step it back. Now those hands can be on the hips, so those arms can be out. Take a big step forward. With that left foot, transfer your weight. Come up onto the ball of the back foot. Now slowly begin to bend both knees. Weight is evenly distributed between those feet, so we're not leaning on that front foot, we're not leaning on the back foot. It's even. So we're on the ball of the back foot and the toes. Notice that stretch. Now we're going to start to press that right heel back. Knees remain bent. Just press through the heel. Oh, feel that really nice stretch in that calf. I guess my calves needed this too. Breathe. Now slowly rise. Release the weight back to that right foot. Left foot steps back. Relax your arms. Now we're going to take a step forward with that right foot, but we're going to keep our weight on that left heel. Right heel touches the mat, right toes stay up, and we're going to sit back onto that left foot. Only about 10% of your weight on that right heel. So the leg is extended. We can keep our hands on our hips or reach down with that right hand. Taking a hold of those toes and drawing those toes back. Our hips side by side. Our belly strong, our spine tall and long. Breathe. We slowly rise, pulling the hands to the hips. Stand tall as you pull that right foot in. Left foot steps out, so it's not a huge step, right? We're not leaning forward into that left foot. Left toes stay lifted, and we slowly, slowly begin to sit our bottom back and down. I want you to pretend like there's a chair behind you that you're reaching for. So you should feel this great stretch down the back of that left leg. Core stays strong, spine stays long. Hand can rest on your thigh. Left hand can reach down towards those toes. So just take it to the point where it feels right to you. If you need support, by all means, support the chair, a wall, a countertop. And then if it feels right, pull those left toes back. So that beautiful stretch all the way down the back of that left leg and into that left glute. Releasing that left hand, we stand tall, pull the legs back in. Beautiful. So lots of standing postures, guys. So always focusing on that good tall posture. We're going to shift our weight to our left foot. Beautiful. Extend left arm to the sky. We're going to bring that right hand and open the palm towards me. Now draw that back foot in. Take a hold of your foot. Inside or outside doesn't matter. So we're not going to come to dancer's pose today. We're just going to draw the heel in towards the bottom. As you draw that heel in towards your bottom, I want you to notice we have this tendency to kind of hollow out through the tummy and to let that right knee come forward. I want you to stand tall, draw those knees side by side, and then press that right hip forward. So getting the quadricep to embrace this stretch can be really challenging, you guys. Hip flexors, quadriceps, knees, shoulder. So there's a lot of stuff going on. This is a great balancing pose. Breathe. Now gently release that right hand, pull the hands to heart center, cross that right leg over the left knee, flex your foot, and open the knee out to the side. So we created this number 4, if you will. So we're getting a little bit of love into the hip, into the glute. So why? If we're working on hamstrings, calves, would we want glutes and hip? Well, because it's all part of the same system. So the leg, guys, sometimes we have tension going on in the hip that in turn causes tension in the glutes, which in turn travels down the back of the leg. Pull the hands to heart center. Now, if it feels right to you, again, support if you need to, a chair, a wall, a counter, or we just have those hands to heart center and we sink. And we're gonna sink as low as feels right to you and breathe. Core is strong. Chest is lifted. We sink into that leg. What feels good? Good is relative in yoga, you guys. So what feels right? And slowly we rise. Releasing your foot. Roll out your ankle. Stretch your toes. Get rid of the wiggles if you need to. And breathe. We pull the hands to heart center. So now we take it to the other side. So we are going to shift our weight to our right foot, and the left foot's gonna lift up. We reach down and take a hold of that left foot, inside or outside of the foot, whichever you like. Hand can be on the hip, you can be holding onto a chair or a counter, you can have your hand on the wall. Arm can be out to a T. Notice, how does your body respond on the left side? Are you a little tighter, a little looser on this side? So again, is that knee coming forward and we're having to hollow out through the chest? I want you to work to get those knees side by side, all the while drawing that left heel in towards your bottom. Chest stays lifted. Breathe. So you might notice you're actually activating muscles through the shoulders, through the arms, through the core, through that supporting leg. Well, we're trying to actively release through that left side. So lots of stuff going on. Now gently release, and we're going to cross that left foot above the right knee. Rolling that left knee open. Bringing the hands to heart center. Breathe. So again, we're opening up through the hip, creating hip mobility, right? You've got that ball and socket joint of the hip, right? We want to increase that mobility and keep ourselves healthy and strong through the joints. Slowly, if it feels right, begin to sit it back. Now you might notice that one side you can sit a little deeper. We're working to get that stretch in that left hip, to keep that strength in the belly, to keep that strength in that supporting leg. All the while getting those big deep breaths, guys. Breathe. And slowly rise. Releasing the foot, stand tall. Get rid of the wiggles, roll out your ankles, stretch your toes. And we step to the top of the mat with a big shoulder roll to mountain. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Now we've done quite a bit of stretching through the hamstrings, the calves. Can you notice the difference in the ease of the stretch, the range of the motion? Maybe it's even just a tiny bit, or maybe it's pretty substantial. For me, it's actually pretty substantial, the difference between when we started and where we are now. Bringing the hands to the elbows, we hold on. Now just by taking a hold of the elbows and adding that extra little weight, that's going to influence your stretch. Allow your body to just melt. Now let's shift some weight forward into the toes. Now this should activate that stretch even deeper down the backs of the legs, into those glutes, a deeper stretch into that lower back. Now shift your weight back to your heels. That should lessen the intensity a little bit, and we're going to lift those toes. So just activating again, tops of the feet, stretching and lengthening through the bottom of the foot. Shift your weight back to your toes. Again, weight coming forward, lengthening through the spine, lengthening through the backs of the legs. Now keeping a hold of those elbows, how far can you reach to the mat? Can you get those forearms to the mat without bending those knees? So as we reach through those elbows, through the forearms, oh my goodness, can you feel that intensity? Again, we don't want to go beyond an 8, guys, so be kind. Now slowly shift your weight back to your heels. Release your arms, center your weight, core is strong. We're going to bend the knees, and we're going to slowly lower ourselves down. Now we're going to do our very best to keep those heels on the mat as long as possible. So we're going for the stretching of the calves, right? So we want to keep the calf as long as we can. And we're going to lower. The moment you feel those heels want to lift, stop. If you can come all the way down, perfect. Extending the arms out. Now, since we are on our heels, right, we haven't lifted off the heels. If you have, lift your bottom a little bit, get those heels back down. If you can lift your toes, lift your toes. Breathe. Release your hands, lower down onto your bottom. Slide on back so that you're on your mat. Good, so we're gonna take that left leg and we're gonna sweep it around behind us. If your knees are not in love with sweeping your foot around behind you, you're gonna keep both legs long. We're gonna extend that right leg out and we're gonna work to bring the knees together. Sitting up nice and tall, add a flex to that right foot. So we're coming to heron pose. Sit up nice and tall. So really working to get that length through the crown of the head all the way down your spine. Now you might notice you have to list over onto your right hip a little bit, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Just keep working that left hip towards the mat. You might choose to just stay right here and really work on flexing that foot. So here, hip mobility, knee range of motion. We don't want any pain, okay? So if there's pain, back off, sweep that foot around and sit up nice and tall. Just keep working on the calves and the hamstrings, drawing those toes back. If it feels right to you, pull your knee in. So again, okay, we're working on the hips, we're working on the knees, we're working on the quads. We are gonna get the hamstrings in just a moment. So first, we sit up nice and tall. So getting that entire bottom half of your body. We bring the hands behind the leg and extend the leg. Here go the hamstrings, right? So we're working to get full extension of that leg. Now our hands might be down by our thighs. They might be at the calf. They might be down at the ankle. If you're able, take a hold of the ball over your foot. Now if you have a strap and you can't quite reach your foot, wrap that strap around your foot. Those of us with shorter legs, you're like, yep, I got this, no problem. So we're working to get that length and feel that stretch. Lifting the chest, shoulders rolled back and down. Again, this is heron pose. Now we're going to incorporate a twist, only if you like. We're going to cross that right hand and we're going to take out a hold anywhere along the outside of your leg or the outside of your foot. We're going to rotate, keeping that length in the spine, and reach that right arm out. Now I want you to be mindful, that right leg is going to want to pull across your body. We want to keep it right in line with that hip, that right side. So we lift the chest, we open and take our gaze out over that right arm. So there's length in the spine. There's a rotation, a twist. There's this amazing stretch that's happening through the back of that right leg. There's this wonderful stretch happening out of the shoulder, out through the tips of the fingers. So just take a second. If you can, close your eyes. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw. Now slowly draw that right hand back. Support the leg, bend the knee, place your foot, and slide it out. Sweep that left foot around. Walk out those knees, sit up nice and tall. We get to do the other side. So again, if you're taking care of knees, both legs are gonna stay long and you're just gonna flex your feet. You're really gonna work on flexing those feet to get that length through the backs of the legs and to sit up tall. So what's happening is as you sit up tall, we are creating as much length both up the back of the body and down the back of the body. When we start to get really tight hamstrings and glutes, this is what happens. So we start to tip the pelvis. We start to hollow out through the tummy. We start to hollow out through the chest, and we get this posture that sucks perfectly, really. So what we want, because now our back is all open, our chest is closed, and it's really hard to get a big breath, we want to sit up. Oh, maybe we have to soften the feet, because when we sit up, we're already lengthening one part of us, right? That upper body through the back. Then as your body's ready, start to pull those toes back. Again, if you have a strap, wrap that strap around your feet, hold on to that strap. Pull the chest forward as you pull the toes back. Promote the length of your spine. Promote the length of your hamstrings. Breathe. Feels right? Sweep that right foot around. Bring the knees to touch. Best you can, guys. When I say bring your knees to touch, you're like, there's no way. It's okay. Do your best and find what's right. Now, are you listing over onto that left hip? Maybe you even need to leave your left hand out to the side. That is absolutely fine. Use the strength in that left arm to slowly press yourself back up. How does your knee respond? How does your hip respond? We want to be kind, okay? So it's progress, it's progression, it's a journey. How's your ankle? How's the top of your foot? Maybe it's not even your knee. Maybe it's not even your back. Maybe it's just your ankle or your big toe. Whatever it is, listen to it and honor it. Add a flex of that left foot. Breathe. Clouds are rolling in today, you guys. It's been kind of funky weather. It's pretty out, but kind of funky. We're going to pull that left knee in if that feels okay to you. Otherwise, leave the leg long. We sit up nice and tall. So we just want to work on our alignment, right? So keeping that left knee in line with our left shoulder. What has that right hip done? How is that right knee feeling? What about the ankle? What about that big toe? Breathe. Find your breath. So again, really focus on posture, guys. Because if our posture is bad, we can't get those full big breaths. Everything starts to fall apart just a little bit at a time. Keeping that core strong helps us keep good posture. If you like, bring the hands behind the leg and extend the leg. So notice, ooh, maybe you're kind of hollowing out and sitting back and you're letting your arms kind of be lazy and your tummy be lazy. Sit up. Again, keep that length, guys. That's going to give us the benefit. Maybe that means you need to soften your foot. Maybe it means you can't straighten your leg quite so much. It's okay. It is what it is, what it is. Sit up nice and tall and flex that foot just as best you can. Feel that great stretch down the back of that left leg. Again, this is heron pose. You can use the strength of the arms to pull that leg up, so long as you are not causing pain. And again, we don't want to go beyond that 8. Keep it below an 8. Breathe. Here we go with that rotation. We take that right hand and we cross it, taking a hold anywhere along the leg or the outside edge of your foot. We're going to work to keep that left leg from crossing that midline, and we want to keep it right in line. We lift the chest and we rotate and extend left arm back. We reach out through the fingertips. We lengthen through the crown of the head. I feel this great stretch and this activation through that right side of my body. What do you feel and where do you feel it? What feels amazing? What feels challenging? Making sure there is no pain. Breathe. As you exhale, slowly release that rotation, supporting behind the thigh, slowly releasing the leg. Extend it out and sweep that right foot around. Flex your feet, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, lengthen, hinge it forward. Tummy down, chest down, hands, and then relax the weight of your head. Just nice big breaths. The more you pull those toes back, the more you reach to the crown of the head, the deeper the stretch you're going to find through the backs of the legs and into that lower back. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. Soften your feet, close your eyes, and slowly roll yourself back. All the way down. And relax. That feels good. We're going to pull one knee in towards the chest, and then the other, hands to your shins just below your knees. Rock side to side. So as we rock side to side, just a little massage for the pelvis. Feels so good for the lower back. We come back to center. We're going to place that left foot to the mat. Right leg extends. Hands come behind that right leg. Thigh, calf, ankle, foot. You decide what feels right to you. And we're working to get that full extension of that right leg as best you can. Again, if you have a strap and you can't quite reach those feet, use that strap, towel, belt, whatever you have. Now, having that left knee bent is a great modification. If you don't need that leg bent, you can start to slide your foot out. Now, maybe it's a little bit of a bend. Maybe it's a little bit less of a bend. Maybe it's you can extend your leg all the way out. So depending upon your flexibility, add a flex of that left foot. Maybe the foot needs to stay soft. That's okay. We're going to use the strength of our arms to pull that right leg in towards the upper body. Hello, hamstring and calf. right? So as we use the strength of those arms, that influences the stretch. Now maybe your breath is telling you need to back off a little bit. If it is, I want you to inhale and release a little bit. And then as you exhale, use the strength of your arms to pull that leg in. Inhale, release a little bit. Exhale, pull it in. Moving at the pace of the breath one more time. Inhale, release the intensity. Exhale, and pull it in. Release the intensity, bend the knee. Right arm extends out to a T, left hand to the outside of the right knee, and gently pull your leg across your body. Keeping both shoulders on the floor. Take your gaze out over that right arm. Oh, so nice for that lower back. So great for your head and your heart. This pose, helping to let go of negative energy. Anywhere and everywhere. Let it go. Slowly we roll it back to center. Extend that right leg to the sky. A little external rotation through that hip. Reach out through the toes and slowly lower your leg down. And allow it to come to rest. Now just take a moment and relax. We pull that right foot in by the bottom, drawing the left knee in towards the chest. We bring the hands behind the thigh and extend the leg. So again, modification, knee is bent. Hands can travel anywhere along the back of the leg that you like, or maybe even take a hold of your foot. Now as we take a hold of that foot, that's going to cause that flexation of the ankle, and that flex of the foot is going to influence the stretch behind the leg. So just be nice and be aware. Maybe we start to slide that right foot out a little bit. Maybe we need more bend in the knee than we did on the other side. It is absolutely fine, you guys. Check in with yourself. What feels right? Where do you get the best stretch? If you like, you can extend that leg all the way out. If you like, flex that right foot. Now use the strength of those left arms. Now my left side is a lot tighter than my right. Holy cow. Okay, so what do you feel? Is your left side actually looser than the other, or is it tight like mine? Breathe. So we're just trying to let go of that tension, you guys. If you're breathing shallowly, or if you're not able to breathe at all, if you're squeezing your eyes, you're clenching your jaw, guys, it's really hard to relax your body. So find that place where you can relax your face. You can relax your eyes. If you need to modify. Great. Feeling it slowly releasing. Now we're going to inhale and we're going to release the intensity. And then exhale, pull it in. Inhale, release the intensity. Exhale and pull it in. One more time. Inhale, release the intensity. And exhale, pull it in. Gently release the intensity. Release your hands, bend the left knee, left arm extends out to a T, right hand to the outside of that left knee, and gently pull your leg across your body. Keeping both shoulders on the floor. Turn your gaze out over that left arm. So I love it, you guys, when you have specific things that you're like, oh my gosh, could you please do this? I have a wonderful, wonderful friend who does a lot of hiking. And since quarantine has lessened a bit, has done some amazing adventures. And she has evidently been hiking some hills and is really feeling those hamstrings and calves. So I love it, lady. Thank you for asking for this wonderful flow, this wonderful stretch, and I hope it helps. You guys, if you ever need anything, if your body is just really wanting something, ask me. That's why I'm here. Release that right hand, slowly roll it back to center. Extend left leg to the sky. Point your toes, little external rotation through that hip. Reach out through the toes and slowly lower your leg. All the way down. Let's extend those arms overhead. Reach, 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 reach. Point your toes, reach out as far as you can reach. Now clench your fists, and I want you to engage every muscle in your being. Clench your jaw, squeeze your eyes shut. Every muscle. Tight, 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 tight. Now begin to lift those arms towards the sky. Keep strong. Keep squeezing. Keep squeezing, keep squeezing, and slowly, slowly, slowly lower those arms down by your sides. Keep squeezing. Keep clenching those fists. Rotate the back of your hands to the mat, and then relax. Let it all go. Find your breath. Close your eyes. Present right here. Our breath slow and deep. Quieting from the crown of the head throughout your body. Relax and just be. Time to step away. Feeling calm, safe, completely at ease. Body healthy and strong. Wellness, mind, body, spirit. We gently begin to wiggle our fingers and our toes, to breathe just a little bit deeper, to stretch our limbs. Awareness back to the floor beneath us, the world around us, the breath within us. As you're ready, gently draw one knee in towards your chest and then the other. Either rolling to one side or rocking yourself up. If you have chosen to roll to one side, using the strength of the arms to help you come back up. We find a seated position that feels right to you. Close your eyes, rest your hands comfortably, and breathe. And a few words I'd like to share with you as we bring our practice to a close. Know that you are always welcome to take these words with you or just let them float on by. Let your heart be open and free of hurt. Never forget how to love or to be loved. Let's gently open the eyes. Take a big breath in, reach to the sky. And exhale, pull the hands to heart center. I hope this felt so good today, you guys, as I hope that every day. I hope it feels good to you. I hope it brings you health and happiness, sanity, and well-being. Just never forget to take time to just breathe and to be. Take care of yourselves. Be well. And until the next time, namaste.